11 times per day. Why? Oh! It's because for some reason abundant casting is interacting with the bracers. That's crazy.
Strike!
Guide my hand!
For some reason, Abundant Caster is giving me additional spell casts from my items that I have on me. That's kind of crazy. I need to look for other items I can interact with then. What the hell?
I'm off.
A tombstone grave with the following epithet. Kit here, as a Korean ranger, he walked many paths. Ooh. But the last one led him to Francis' boneyard. A shape of stone resembles a tall, thin tree, and its surface feels like the texture of a tree bark. All those Antifa posts on Reddit lately.
I do what I must.
Wait, what about the Antifa posts?
I won't let you hurt my friends.
The word ran. Picture of the grandpas in meta uniforms. More to saying they're Antifa. I don't know what the deal with these Antifa people are, but to me they seem like they might be fascists. And I guess since there were a lot of them fighting in World War II as well, which is kind of scary, right? I mean, even the name sounds fascist, doesn't it? Antifa? Shouldn't it be Profa or something? I think I would be Profa.
I'm gone.
I will fight.
Oh. When some people attacked the Germans in the 1930s, what did they have against people enjoying cycling and following the rules?
Make your peace.
Out of mana.
Retreat is not an option. Aha! A test of my abilities.
Okay. Or two of them can break us. Hold on. What a good time to be an Ember, huh? Damn, it feels good to be an Ember.
I will resist.
You should have run!
You should have run!
Kneel before me.
Nihil!
Prepare yourself.
Oh no, there's a shadow right there. That's bad.
Disappear.
Oh no, that's bad. Whoops. Oh man.
This will hurt!
What am I fighting now? It's been called National Socialist Party. That sounds very much for the people. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think we should take a stance against these Antifa people, which are clearly fascist and call ourselves pro-fa. Because we'll be anti-fascist, so it's pro-fa. Because Antifa is obviously pro-fascist, and we're anti-fascist, so we're pro-fa.
Desna, guide my hand.
Emba. This is, I'll throw my Jewish hat in for this. You know what? This Norwegian guy makes a lot of sense.
We do it my way.
I should be a profile.
Follow if you dare.
Something is not right here.
I'm off.
It went splendidly.
The ships have both boards recording shifting on the final journey.
Close ranks.
Make your peace.
Make your piss.
Don't hold back!
I may be fragile, but I'm not fragile. Oh man! Oh, I can charge Regil. Regili.
I will resist.
This guy goes first. He does first.
Killing is what I was made
Oh my
of.
god, that's a good hit. Yeah, this guy goes next. Then by wearing ancient ornate armor and carries a golden crown, he clutches a long sword. Pick up the sword. Oh. What the hell? Look at that sword. Stop! Regnard is breathing heavily and his face is red with exertion. He's holding a two-handed sword, but the weapon is obviously too heavy for him. The tip of the sword waves as he holds the blade in his trembling hands. Wait, I have to kill him myself! Ragnar takes up a fighting stance, but he has clearly had no training. He shifts his weight uncertainly and his knees are shaking. So you're responsible for this. Well, I had a hunch that he might rise again. Usually after death, the undead simply decompose, but I was told this corpse was just laying there like nothing happened, so I decided to try and fight him. I followed you, and well, here I am. He's gonna die. Stay back, it's too dangerous. Ragnar lowers his sword, he looks bitterly disappointed. Sonic our guard, it's fine, whatever you say. I mean, he would just die. This is a huge hombre.
Prepare yourself.
You should have run!
We're about to be in pain. Why did it? Why? Why did you do that? I don't understand. Why do that?
Desna, guide my hand.
This will hurt!
He's gonna run forever now? Oh no. Did it cleave? What happened there? Oh, I did a cleave. Damn.
This one's mine!
Damn, that damage.
Make your peace.
Notices +3, Amulet of Agile Fist +2. Ring of Protection +3. I may be fragile, but I'm not a fragile. Is that it?
I do what I must.
I guess there's invisible wall time down here. Ooh. Wait.
I'm gone.
Oh, hopefully that's all the daggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 18, 19. I think I'm missing 2 daggers.
We do it my way. Follow if you dare.
Oh, let's run in and talk to her. Maybe I'm miscounting.
I'm off! I do what I must.
Someone help me find your grave. Why do you have a grave? Why do you visit that place? Kater chuckles bitterly. I see there's nothing that doesn't interest you, Knight Commander. That grave, the existence of the Temple Enclave, and the work that we're doing had to remain a secret. And by secret, I mean secret. Couldn't let our families know that we were safe. I was sure my Imris would try to find me. Two of us were newlyweds. We'd barely said our vows before the wound opened. There's a sad light in Kater's eyes, and his stern face softens. I knew we would be stuck here for a long time, maybe even for life. I wanted to fulfill my duty and protect the temple, but I also wanted my wife to survive. And to do that, she would have to move on, so I built a fake grave for myself. In the first place, I knew she would look. I know that everything happened the way I planned. She found the grave and saw herself that I had perished. She thought my comrades had buried me, and she mourned my death, but she found strength to go to Mendev. I do not know what happened to her after that, but I hope she found happiness. It's been a lifetime since then. As for why I still go there, it's where Imris and I got married. I've never felt more joy than I did on the day in that place, but it's also the place where I felt the most misery. The place where I carved my name on a tombstone and said goodbye to the past. I go there to remember, that's all. That's cool. No giant betrayal arc. No secret burials. So I'm just taking his word for it, I guess. Maybe I should dig the grave up. What was that? What did the game tab out of itself? I found Ranhil's soul. Your family tried to make it to the Polaria's temple, but... For a while, Odin is silent. He stares down at his hands. But why? His voice is dull and lifeless. Why did they come here? They were so close, and we were hiding behind the walls the whole time, not even daring to breathe. We didn't help them. Odin looks up, his face deadly calm. Well, that settles it. If I had been where I was supposed to be with my family, I would be lying in a grave now. I should not be alive. No, Odin. You survived for a reason. You need to live. Your knowledge of the stars will help us close the wound. Your family will be avenged, and so will Sarkoris, but only if you stay alive. Only if you fight. Don't leave us, Odin. Keep on fighting. A sudden soul fills Odin's eyes, and he squares his shoulders. You're right. If not us, then who? Who will show these monsters they can't get away with attacking our families and our children? I will do everything in my power as a Stargazer to help you. But first, we'll get a bottle of wine I've been hiding away for a special occasion, and call everyone together to mark the day of remembrance. We've gazed at the stars for so long, afraid to look back at those we've left behind. We have started to forget why we are fighting. I made a decision. On the day of remembrance, we will drink and reminisce about all we've both been through. We'll cry and we'll laugh. Because after everything, we're still alive, right? Yes, we're alive. And we fight. Thank you, Commander. Make sure you don't forget the people you're fighting for. Nice.
I'm gone.
I don't think I should give you the dead man's sword. It's the sword he asked me to bring you. Ragnar doesn't even look at the sword. He stares off dully into the distance. It's just a thing, another toy. These swords will never see battle. They are useless as I am. You know what? I don't really care about the sword or about the history of Sarkoris. It's gone. It was razed to the ground. The dead chieftains have risen up to fight against their own people. The Stargazers who once advised them are now holed up in the caves like rats, afraid to set foot inside. How to fight? No one's ever taught me, but I'm a Kelid, and every Kelid is a warrior. The guards refused to let me outside. I'd hoped that I could go with you and fight the enemy, but after watching you in battle, I realized I wouldn't stand a chance. I'm a real warrior. Looks like I'll be slaving over constellation shards forever. The Stargazer gives a mirthless chuckle. Thank you for talking me out of fighting. The walking undead would tear me apart in no time. You can ask Katir to let you join the guard. You don't think I've asked? I'm under strict orders not to put myself in danger. Alindra says I'm one of the most gifted stargazers and my talent is needed here. And Katir, Ragnar snores contemptuously, he always says I'm too young. Too young? That's it. Just it. The curse of this place. We don't get old, we don't get sick, and we don't change. It's always the same conversation and jokes, the same arguments, the same food, and the same schedule. Those who arrive here when they were old are still old, and those who came when they were young are still young. A guard can't become a stargazer even if he studies hard and shows tremendous talent. Likewise, a stargazer can't become a guard, no matter how much he wants to wield a weapon. Everything must remain as it was on the first day of our imprisonment, and that's the way things are. Everything is always the same. Regnard shakes his head sadly. Our bodies are healthy, but our souls are dying. My soul is dying. Training at night is the only thing that keeps me going. I've been trying to master techniques used by the guards when they fight, but aren't very good. Not that anything will come of it, of course. It's all useless. Nothing ever changes in this damn place. I'll speak to Katir. I don't think he will be indifferent to your suffering. There's no point. Katir is just like the rest of us. He doesn't change. It must be almost done eating. I want to discuss Ragnar the Stargazer. Whenever I hear the name Ragnar, I expect another cheerful plea to let him enlist. So why you're here? Why don't you give him a chance? When I was young once and lived on dreams, Katir chuckles grimly. There's a wistful look in his eyes. And also because a talented stargazer is more useful to us than a fighter. After all, we're here to put at Polaris Fall to gain knowledge from the stars. That's the primary goal of our work. I just gave him chicken, you sicko. I just gave this little boy chicken. Oh no, it fell on the floor. I don't know where it went. I gotta get another one. Even though he was rude earlier and doesn't really deserve it. He was just mercilessly scratching my arm off, trying to break free from my grasp while I was desperately holding him in place so he wouldn't destroy my entire setup. Ragnar is suffering. He has the soul of a warrior and he will waste away if he cannot follow his path. Dark desires. Peter hesitates. Though he tries to remain stern, you get the feeling it is mostly for show. I agree, he says to us, to give the boy a chance. He may join as a new recruit and begin his training. Leandra will probably not be happy that I've allowed one of the Stargazers to be distracted from stargazing, but she's too soft to object. It's settled then. I won't let Regnard leave the walls until he proves himself ready. The call of one's heart is serious matter, but such calls often fade away after daily drills and a few painful blisters. I feel like that he was a good man and does deserve the treat. I have to go.
Follow if you dare.
I spoke with Kater. He is ready to take you on as a new recruit. Really? But how did you convince him? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Ragnar can barely contain his excitement. Alright, I have to focus. I can't let you and Kater down. I'll start training immediately. Thank you. You've given me a second chance at life, and I'll never forget it. Well, I guess I won't be able to turn that sword into a weapon now, probably, but... Not that I would use it anyway. It looks like a two-handed sword. And maybe this will pay off in the end. Oh.
I do what I must.
Bella! Hi! Hello. Wait, isn't this the dagger lady?
I'm gone.
Alejandro Ontario. Alright, right.
We do it my way. Follow if you dare.
I discovered Kater's secret. He followed the rules just like everyone else and severed all ties with his family. He did everything he could to make Imris think he was dead. He went as far as to dig his own grave by the stone tree. Ariel stares at you in stunned silence. Finally managed to speak. Oh, Kater. Always with such wild ideas. Even when he was young, he could never do anything by halves. Ariel sighs. I probably judged others by what is in my own heart. If I could send a message to my family, if I could see them again, I wouldn't give a damn about the temple's rules. I begged Kater to let me go outside with him so I could see my wife and children, at least secretly. I begged him, I was so angry. I reminded him that if I hadn't introduced him to Imris at the Midsummer Festival, he wouldn't even be married. I was selfish. The pain of thinking I would never see my family again nearly drove me out of my mind. And all the while I was tormenting my best friend, trying to make him feel guilty for depriving me of happiness. When I found out that he had been going to the stone tree, I immediately imagined him going to see Imris, the way I dreamed of seeing my own wife. I hated him for 70 years. The whole time I pretended he didn't exist. I lost my family, then I lost my friend. I've doomed myself to bitter loneliness. Kater, I must go to him immediately and ask for forgiveness. Thank you, Commander. You may have given my friend back to me.
I do what I must.
Commander? I'm missing 2 daggers. There's no betrayal. This was all just a misunderstanding. Regardless of it, it wasn't. That's a lot of my mind. Over the years, we've become a family here. If there were truly a traitor in the temple, well, it would change our lives forever.
I'm gone.
I have to return to Eliandra. Well, the dagger quest, though. I haven't found all the daggers yet. I'm missing 3. If the one that I gave her doesn't count, then I'm missing 3. But it will probably say if I still have that one, right? I think we're missing 3 of them.
Follow if you dare.
I've basically been everywhere here, though, so where the hell are the daggers supposed to be? There's one.
I'm off. I do what I must. I'm gone. We should move.
This might be it if the dagger I gave her already counts.
We do it my way.
21 ceremonial daggers. In a Falcor mod for a mount? I don't know what type of mount mods there are. It'd be perfect for Ember. But it says if you don't start the quest until after the ceremony, then you will not fail it. However, if you start it beforehand, it auto fails. Let's see which one of these we're missing. Ember. Are they all just called the same thing? In Balta the Fire-Haired. Orin the Bear. Master of Is. Kickman Goldmane. Goldemane. Funerary Dagger. Agna Spinstress. Dwirdri, Stormraven. Egwart Snake. Lily the Quick. My name is Lily. Ruhad the Book Reader. Big Deli the Wayfinder. Ajib. Fihan. Hid. Oh, wait, that was the wrong one. Ewad. Areoma. Sky Raider. Sir, another doctor or something. Ed. Vairn. Ajafni. And Aragu.
Follow if you dare.
Resh is the kind of guy you have as a second in command, scaring the piss out of the enemy, never to target the commander because the commander was the only one holding him and his troops back from total annihilation. But is born in the wrong universe, he'd make a great commissar in Warhammer. Yeah, that's true. There we go. This quest feels a little bit weird. I feel like your perception needs to be far enough that you can like see things on that field without like walking into it. Especially when this quest is based on perception checks. My assumption would be, oh, I probably failed this check, right? The corrupted chieftains have found peace. Here are their daggers. The priests accept the ritual weapons with awe. Thank you. Now that their bodies have been spared from the curse of the undead, we can pray for the well-being of their souls. I'll prepare a ceremony to honor the chieftains after we fulfill the requests made by you and the Hand of the Inheritor, of course. For now, please accept this gift as my gratitude. Holy Dagger +3. Holy Dagger. And been down so long in the midnight sea. I'm not sure what the puzzle with this supposed to be. Maybe the puzzle is the story? Pack. Let me write this down. Pack, follower. He loved the daughter. Daughter. The last day of Callisto could be a clue too, right? Oh, that should be at the top. I think the problem though is that if Regil was born in the Warhammer universe, he would be considered a mutant, right? With how he looks. So I don't know if he would be allowed to be a commissar. The follower, daughter, patriarch. That's one, right? Follower, daughter, patriarch. I don't think you have to click the same thing twice, right? That would be crazy. And then we found this note outside, which is probably relevant here. Rider. Riders on the storm. And then if this other book is supposed to be relevant, then we have the last day of Callistory. Which would be the newlyweds. Okay. Let's see
My
here.
skills are
Speak with
absolutely.
your
You require my unbiased opinion. Are we ready to move out?
Is Denimal's passive stats if she grabs a book? I just saw that. What the hell? Okay, so let's try without the newlyweds. So we do the pack. Pack, follower. Daughter.
Trust in yourself.
Patriarch. Rider. Newlyweds. Follower. Daughter. Patriarch. Rider. I feel like this has to be how you're supposed to do it. I must be doing something wrong. I'm reading guide how to solve this puzzle and it's stupid. Pretty sure I googled it. Am I not on the right track at all here, or? You are, I think. I don't like googling things. You know? I just want to solve them myself. So it's just like, and I feel like it's better if I just figure it out. I just figure out how to solve the puzzle myself. Like if I Google it, then it's just gonna invalidate it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I just think that, you know, it's just better, you know, if it's just better to solve the puzzle myself, I think. Hold up, wait a second. Wait, what? Just 1 second. Wait a second. Follower, thrush, hack. Some of the alcohol puzzles are incredibly vague in a sense because I was just miming. I was just having a little meme. We were just having a little meme. Okay, let's look at this again. What they found was the pack. The follower, whose true name I had forgotten before, was a clan of blood. The follower was a despicable sorcerer. Oh, are we doing this in order? Like the follower is what created the pack here, right? Follower into pack. Maybe newlyweds. First. That's like the background to my phone, but your face. Oh my god. He had loved the daughter of the wise clan patriarch most ardently, but her heart had held no worth for him. The follower stormed into the dark depths of the cave. Okay, so it could be follower into daughter into patriarch into pack. And then we have the last page here, which says writer. Let's try that before I do more soul searching. Follower patriarch hack writer.
I agree.
Well, that's the new limits, I guess. It'd be like death order, like follower died first, then the patriarch died. Then the pack died. And then the rider's the last one.
Let's explore.
I must be missing something, but I don't know what I'm missing. I think I'll just sleep before this puzzle. Okay, if anyone knows the answer to this, you can tell me. Am I supposed to interpret the text of this book and then look at the like it says like the miners are brave here or whatever. I must just like look at this other book and be like, oh, brave, that's, you know, the thrush or whatever. Is that how the puzzle goes? Is that my problem that I'm running into here? I'm only asking because I don't want to do that unless I have to. No idea. Okay. What are you trying to figure out? There's a constellation here. We're supposed to click these in some specific order, but I can't figure out what the order is supposed to be. I might Google it just because I feel pretty lost right now. What will this be called? Constellation puzzle? Or Laura's Fall puzzle? Okay, I saw that the first one is newlywed, so I was right about that. But I've tried newlyweds, pack, follower, daughter, patriarch, rider. Trouble came to the clan on the last day of Calistri when the mountain passes were ready to shake off intercessor grip, like hounds waking from a long sleep. Clamor and clouds rose up from the distant of night, and once the dust settled, the miners went out to look, and they were people. But what they found when darkness came in was the pack. Here's coming explaining how to do it. All the signs and names you will find in book 2 on page 1 need to be clicked in order of the caravan's journey. So the answer would be newlywed, daughter, rider, patriarch, pack, follower. If that's how I understand that. Let's do it in reverse order as a meme. Do that or something. So it should be newlyweds, daughter, rider, patriarch, pack, follower. Oh. I mean, I didn't completely cheat, but I can see how you would solve this puzzle without outside help, but I can also see why this puzzle is a little bit difficult to solve. Because I basically had the answer, I just didn't realize I had to like push them in that order. Like I knew exactly which buttons to push, just order that eluded me, so like I didn't note this part of the passage, but I'd rate that as like a okay out of 10 puzzle. Oh my god, look at all this garbage. This heavy book contains instructions on improving memory and logic, but entwined within the words of powerful magic effect. If anyone reads this book, she permanently gains to it, inherit most intelligence. Or once the book is read, the magic disappears. Okay, so Nenia. Right? Nice. This is a level 8 thing. Level 9. Oh, she can learn a break enrollment. It's got all of punishment. You can't like sort these by level, right?
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Oh my god, this place was loaded. Summit Mask. This is what mask with the inscription, I am the Summit. One of heal. Charges 3, okay. Good hope. Cure moderate wounds. Hey, we got a cure moderate wound staff. Bring grants a rare +4 bonus initiative rolls whenever the wearer lands a hit against an undamaged enemy. It grants all companions a +3 damage rolls for 1 round. Oh. I'm kind of vibing Outer Shaley with this one, because she has the best ability to kind of do that. And she probably has one of the best initiative rolls too, so she can trigger that pretty early in the battle. There's so much stuff here I'm never gonna use. I probably could have figured that puzzle out by myself.
We do it my way.
But I don't know if it would have been satisfying by the time I did. It does make sense the order you push things in, but... I think the biggest difficulty of that puzzle is understanding to put the newlyweds in there. I think that's like the big crux of that puzzle, because that's not necessarily
Follow if you
completely
dare.
explained. That's kind of hidden at the start there. And now I have to cuddle with Logan, so... What am I supposed to do here? Var litt frekkis da, du? Hæ? Var det ting av frekkis da? I think we've cleared everything in the temple. It's time to return to Eliandra. I spoke to the inhabitants of the temple and fulfilled all their requests. It's time to begin the ritual. Well then, let's go to the temple, and may the power of Pelura help us find that which we have lost. Ow! Ow! Oh, do you think all these people also represent the, like, star chart they're standing on? Alejandra massaged her temples as she emerged from the trance. It worked, but everything was so strange. I saw a place in the road that leads to it. It's to the south of here, within the boundaries of the world moon, but I didn't see Targona. Something separates us from her. She's not a different plane, and yet she's not fully in this plane either. However, there is one thing I can say with certainty. The creator of the sword is not dead. Her heart still beats. Desolate hovel. Praise heaven! Thank you, righteous Eliandra, and you, champion! It is possible that I could be reunited with my dearest sister and companion. This day is joyful indeed. I'm afraid this day is not as joyful as you may think, Angel. My scouts have just returned. There's an unknown detachment moving in this direction. They look like cultists, and they're coming straight towards us. Like they know we're here. I'm not sure what's going on, but we have to stop them. Would someone have discovered the secret of Pelura's fall? My heart is filled with worry for the temple and its brave inhabitants. Champion, we must go and help Katir. Yes, please go with him. You are the Knight Commander of the Crusade, and Kater is our faithful ranger protector. Surely together you can hold off the cultists, but the Herald of Eomenid, the Lightbringer, should remain here. We can't risk him being seen outside the temple. I'll go gather soldiers and follow the commander and Kater. Do you think this is related to our arrival? Could they be following us here? I can't say for sure, but we should expect the worst. We may have been followed, but that doesn't mean they're discovered our secret. And even if they have, we might be able to stop them before they can send back a report of our location. And so we must take action, and quickly. Alright, let's hurry. Are they going to be actually outside, or is going to be standing here at the entrance? Oh, wait a second.
It's time to act! I'm off! I'm always ready.
Anything this new? War must end.
I am Ulbrig Ulbrigtson. So I read up on the dagger stuff. Apparently you can cheese perception rolls with Bismuth just by bringing Bismuth in and out of the thing. Because I guess Bismuth gets a new perception roll each time it's summoned. And if you get a natural 20, you succeed, right? So apparently you can cheese some perception rolls with that, if you know where they are. And those people said that they failed the roll, but they got the perception still. Tarn, have mercy on us. We may have failed you, but we ask you to save us. What? Are these really cultists? Damn it. I don't want to watch people down to kill innocent people.
I'm sure they mean us no harm,
Oh.
right?
Oh, how quickly did I get to go here? Oh my god, that was sick. Oh, it's level 20 ranger. Jesus. That makes sense though. I mean, this guy's been alive for 100 years, so that's cool.
I will resist.
Just suspicious traveler. Level 20 enemy. Oh no, I thought we would get one more hit in. What the hell? Oh, there's more of them. That's not good.
Don't hold back!
Can we save all the people here? I may be Regil, but I'm not a Regile. Nice.
Prepare yourself.
Suspicious traveler. Exhausted by their battle with the undead, the alleged cultists sit in very silence. Only one of them dares to speak up. He seems to be the de facto leader of the group. Mercy! We ask for mercy! His shoulders droop slightly, though he tries to appear confident, and in the moment you suddenly realize you've seen him before. He was in the vision you had when you were in the caves near Canabras. This tall half-elf was among those who betrayed Lariel, and offered prayers to their monster that killed him. But these past years aged him, and he is no longer young, yet despite his grey hair and worn features, his manner and bearing have not changed. He looked at the fallen angel in your vision, with the mixture of boldness and uncertainty that you see before you now. Who are you? State your names. Kater does not lower his weapon, and his gaze is stern and unyielding. I recognize him. The one who begged for mercy was among the traitors who lured Angel Lariel into a trap. The leader of cultists turns pale at this hilarious name. His lips tremble, but he seems to have lost the ability to speak. What? Traitors and demon worshippers here? We shouldn't have helped them. We must finish what the undead started. Get here, stop! We can't kill those who beg humbly for mercy, or we'll be no better than the demons. When I look into their souls, I see grief, fear, and repentance. Not evil. You must take them to the temple and heal them, then ask questions. Damn it, priestess. Are you out of your mind? We just revealed our secret to total strangers. Alejandra speaks softly so that only you and Katir can hear. Kiryu, forgive me. And you, Katir, as well. You're a great warrior and the best we have, but I cannot take your side in this. And if I went along with you, I would be ashamed to see my own reflection in the whole... What was that? In the holy waters of Polura, the priestess raises her voice. I am the high priestess of Polura's fall. Guards, I order you to take these people to the temple. And on the subject of secrets, Commander, you should talk to the prisoners yourself. I believe you too will see the truth of this heart, and the absence of evil in his soul. You fight low to enemies in the temple, or do you just run away every time? What do you mean when you, if you're playing, like, Pathfinder, the tabletop game? Yeah, oh no, if, the way this game scales compared to how the tabletop game scales is, it makes no sense. If this party encountered a level 20 enemy in Pathfinder tabletop game, they will all die. They have a 0% chance of killing that enemy. Maybe if that enemy is like, it's like a caster that was unprepared or something, maybe they have a chance. But even then, I think they would all just instantly die, I think. There's a 0% chance of defeating them. The way this game scales enemies with levels and the way the tabletop game does is completely different. It's done completely differently. So this party would not stand a chance against a level 20 enemy. We could probably look at like an ancient dragon or something. Red dragon ancient. Is this CR19? Yeah, so like does this website have a dark mode? I've been there so much, but I've never thought about like how bright it is. You're a little slow for me. I don't think the mythic changed anything because first of all, the like pretty high AC. I don't know like what do I roll to hit right now? I roll like a 26, so I do actually have a chance to hit, but it's pretty small. But like the high AC and the HP and like the damage here, right? Like breath weapon, 60-foot cone, DC 30, 20 D10 fire damage. A crush. It also does crush. I don't know what crush is. Flying, jumping, huge or large dragon can land on foes in sun direction using his whole body to crush them. It also has limited wish. Anti-magic field, polymorph, telekinesis, teleport, wall of force. Fire aura. What's the average damage on 20 D10? Like... It's like 100 damage, I think. Something like that. I think the average on this is about 100, give or take. 110. 20 D10. Yeah. The average is 110. Like... Basically, every character gets one shot by one breath attack, almost. Like, assuming they're all standing together, Kiryu barely survives. Ulbrich barely survives. Three characters barely survive with a smidgen of HP left. I think a properly balanced mythic character might be able to do it, but I think in general, facing anything significantly harder than you in the tabletop game is a death sentence. And I mean, if you're looking at a red dragon, right? Like that's assuming this red dragon lands, so you take it by surprise, right? And you get to attack it. But if you're role-playing this dragon correctly, what it does is it's gonna fly, then it's gonna breathe on you, and then it's gonna cast spells on you. You won't even like the only person that gets to attack this thing is Shale and maybe Ember, and everyone else is just at its whim as it's in the air flapping its wings, going, "Oh, cast Sphere, cast Polymorph, cast Limited Wish, cast Wall of Forces to trap people around, cast Haste on myself, another breath attack." You know, like. So generally speaking, if you encounter a level 20 creature as a lower level party, you're running away or you're complying with it. That's generally what you're doing.
I do what I must.
It depends a little bit though, but the way this game scales enemies is different now. It's on a tabletop game. To some extent.
I'm gone.
I feel like I did, but I had no choice.
We do it my way.
Where are they keeping the prisoners? Where's the prison at? The way you usually scale encounters in tabletop games is by having more enemies rather than more powerful enemies, and that's just because of the way tabletop games work, right, is that the action economy is one of the most important resources. So if you have one enemy versus 6 party members in the tabletop game, right, like let's say they all have 2 actions, they're talking about 12 actions to 2 actions, right? Even a very powerful enemy, it can be defeated just because of that action economy deficiency, basically. So that's why instead of having the party face level 20 dragon, you would probably have the party face a level 14 dragon with like 3 allies of some sort, right? Does that make fights longer and more boring? No, I wouldn't say so. One thing you have to remember about, which is a difference between like a tabletop game and like the this game. One huge difference in combat that makes the tabletop game more exciting is that if you like, permanent there is death, right? Like if your character dies or something happens, you can't just reload your save or be like, oh, let me try this other way to solve the encounter. Every choice you make is like, that's the choice, right? I can't go, I can't be like, oh, we didn't cast that Death Ward, let's reroll until before the battle and cast that Death Ward again, right? You're also never going to be fighting as many enemies as you are in this game as you would in tabletop. Yeah, for sure. I don't know exactly how it works in Pathfinder First Edition because it's been a while since I played, but like in Pathfinder Second Edition, you're probably looking at about like 3 to 9 encounters per level, something like that, depending on what level you are and what type of encounters there are and stuff like that. But you're probably doing somewhere between 3, like 3 is a very low, but you're probably doing like, I would say around probably like 9 encounters per level. That's probably like a good average. But yeah, I would say fights in tabletop games are generally less boring. The only fights that are boring in tabletop games are fights that are insignificant, just like they would be in this game, right? It's the fight that don't have any stakes. So if you're fighting an enemy, basically, if you're doing a fight in the tabletop game where the spellcasters are using cantrips, you're probably doing a boring fight. That's probably how it is. Because casting cantrips means that they're or lower level spells means that they're not worried about the outcome of this fight, which means that the fight is probably pointless. That's when you're having a boring fight. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's boring every time. Like, obviously, you need to have some of those encounters in tabletop games. You can't just make every fight be super compelling. But generally speaking, if the wizard is casting cantrips, you can be like, okay, this fight is not that serious. There might be something the wizard doesn't know. There might be more stakes coming up or whatever. Someone might still be in peril, but overall, you can probably be like, okay, this is not that interesting of a fight because the spellcaster is using cantrips. Just aren't controlling every character in the group like in this game, and depending on the DM, they might not want you to have much of the character discussion about what to do. Yeah, depends a lot on the game. In our when I play tabletop games, we usually don't have a lot of discussions mid combat about what to do. And part of the reason for that is just like one thing that can end up happening if you have too many discussions is that people aren't really playing their characters. It's more like where everyone's playing their characters together, and that can get a little bit boring, right? Like if I'm like if you're playing this game, right, and let's say my character's Ember, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use Scorching Ray, right? And someone's like, no, you should probably use Burning Arc. I'm like, okay, why? It's like, oh, well, the enemies are 15 feet, you know, like, if that happens every time you try to play your character, now it's not really you making choices for your character, right? It's other people just telling you how to play the game, which can get a little bit boring. But some groups rely a little bit on that communication, and if you're playing a really, really difficult campaign where like the goal of the GM is like, hey guys, I'm gonna try to murder you guys, and if you don't play the game correctly, you will die. In those types of games, it makes way more sense for everyone to collaborate a lot, I think. Usually the games that I play are more like casual friendly, I would say. Like the goal isn't necessarily for everyone to kill each other. The goal is more just to have a cool story with cool stuff happening. That's usually how I design my campaigns too. The goal is usually to kill players. The goal is to have a cool story, and if someone dies, then they die, but usually dying is like a result of really, really bad luck or bad strategizing. Not because I was like, I'm gonna kill someone now. Yeah, it really depends. But I do think that the stakes of every fight potentially being your last fight in a tabletop game does make the game more interesting. You also don't necessarily have the luxury of resting as much in tabletop games, right? Like, I play this game like I would play a tabletop game, meaning that I only rest when I'm out of resources, or when I'm at a point where it makes sense for me to rest. Which is kind of what you would do in a tabletop game, right? Like, if you try to spam rest as much as you can in this game, in a tabletop game, the GM would destroy you. The GM would either get bored and quit, or they would be like, oh, you get ambushed. Oh, the cultists decide to just murder a town or something. The vigilance DM is I keep out of character discussion with the characters to a minimum and a time limit, so they can role-play in game before battles in developing actual tactics and the like with each other as actual characters, instead of the player characters just trying to solve the problems inside of the game. Yeah, we usually do, like, you can talk on your turn, right? So I can be like, hey, Iterate, should we spare this guy? And then it might not be Idris' turn until like 10 steps later, so I don't really know what Idris is going to answer. So if I want to wait for an answer, I'm just going to stand there. I'm not going to do anything. Which I think it creates a cool dynamic. Tell me who you are and what part... the Temple of Pelura, how strange. I didn't think it had survived. Tell me who you are and what part you played in the death of the Angel Ariel. The cultist looks down at the floor. My name is actually... It doesn't matter. I don't want to reveal the name of my clan and bring shame upon it, and my own name means nothing. I'm a Sarkorian by birth, but I came to Mendev with the refugees when I was a child. I grew up in an orphanage at Diomedes Temple, and when I was old enough, I joined the crusade there. I was a good scout, inquisitive, daring, not afraid to go into the most dangerous places. At least that's what my commanding officers thought. In truth, though, I've just always been drawn to the forbidden and dangerous. When an angel came to my commanding officer and asked for a few people to accompany him on a dangerous mission, they chose me. The angel wanted to find the outcasts, those first crusaders who either succumbed to demonic corruption or were accidentally infected. These outcasts had given birth to mutated children. According to the rumors, they sought refuge in the caves beneath Canabras, away from the judging eyes and pyres. I was sent there to look for any traces of the presence, and those caves are deadly, an immense labyrinth of passages running deeper and deeper, all the way down to the Darklands. And after hearing of the angel's plan to descend into the place, someone decided to make it his grave. I probably have no right to ask forgiveness for what I've done, but I was very young, and I never liked being a crusader. Rising early in the morning, training and marching in formation. I've been forced to do that all my whole life. In the orphanage where I grew up, all the children were made to march like little soldiers as soon as they could walk. But he promised something different, something new. He said we shouldn't be afraid of demons. Sure, narrow-minded prigs claimed the demons were murderers and destroyers, but that wasn't true. Demons were actually strong and free, and they were ready to share their powers and freedom with any who would join them. I believed him. I often thought about how Arella Warlish, an ordinary Sarkorian just like me, ascended to incredible heights after she chose to serve the Skari. If it worked for her, I thought, why not me? So I agreed to betray the Angel. I lied to him, told him I'd found the outcast he was looking for, and lured him into a trap. You feel remorse reactions? Yo, what's up, Dualius? Ah, there, Twister. Yes and no. There's such a fine balance between remorse and disillusionment. The cultist shakes his head wearily. He gave me power just as he promised. I spent years in the cult of the Skari, enjoying that power and basking in the adoration of the weak. And yet, well, I saw so many crusaders who fought with honor until the very end. When I looked into their eyes, I remembered the proud, noble spirit of the Angel that I had betrayed. I missed the camaraderie, the sincerity. 70 years is a long time, even for a half-elf, and I see many things differently now than I did when I was young. Who is this he you keep talking about? The cultist shudders slightly and whispers. He is the Echo of the Skari. He is an avatar of the great demon lord, his archpriest. He once led the fight against the god Aradin, but was defeated. He has never forgotten or forgiven those responsible for his humiliation. The cultist hangs his head, and he knows you are here. He was the one who guided us to this place. He brought us to the wasteland and told us to move forwards in search of the unknown. I know that the Herald of the Lightbringer is here with you somewhere. Warn him. Warn him that the Echo knows he is here. That is all I can do for you. I crack my temporary crown. Why do bad things happen? Oh my god. Oh, just like eating? We're just like...
I do what I must.
I was unearthly eating a piece of tofu. Oh my god. Does that hurt, or is it just inconvenient for now? You hear the distant sounds of conversation. Eliandra and Katir appear to be having an intense discussion. Their voices are not raised, but you can feel the tension between them like a gathering storm that you could break at any moment. I have already apologized for using my powers as the High Priest to pressure you like I did, but I had to intervene. You would have brought harm to those poor miserable people. I can read the souls of others. When I look at them, I saw no evil, only fear and grief. Enough, priestess. I don't mind you giving me a tongue lashing. You can scold me as much as you want. I won't be offended, but do not expect me to forget about my duty. I'm responsible for the safety of this temple, and that safety is threatened by those cultists. We need to interrogate them, and if necessary torture them until they reveal the truth of how they came to be here. Was it by chance or by choice? Even if it's the former, letting them go is out of the question. They may not have any evil intentions, but they still cannot be trusted. If they prove their innocence, they will still remain here as prisoners. My righteous friends, your words are an endless circle. You have gone round and round, but you are no closer to making a decision. You mean it? I'll probably have to go back and get it stuck back on. Oh, damn. I mean, that's nice at least. That is not painful. Oh. Is it like... Is that normal, or does that actually mean they did a shoddy job, or is that your fault? Maybe a bit of everything? I have learned some important information. The leader of the cult serves the Echo of the Skari, and that monster knows that the hand that inherit is here at his temple. The Echo of the Skari? The herald sounds strangely subdued, and his voice is grim. This is an enemy I know. The Echo is a terrible monster and a formidable foe. You are his equal. He is an avatar of the Skari, alike in form but possessing an independent consciousness and unrelenting malice. Is he responsible for Laria's death? No. Don't bother with the reply, I already know the answer. You see, Eliandra, we've let a serpent inside our house, a servant of demonic beasts. Let me interrogate him, along with the others. He showed up outside our walls at the exact same time as the Herald and the Knight Commander. I do not believe they are here by accident. Enough, Katir. I forbid you from conducting an interrogation, not just for the sake of those poor people, but for your sake as well. Your soul is pure and devoted to duty, but every time you justify bad behavior for a good cause, you take a step towards evil. Priestess and sermons and priestesses. Since we seem to be paying compliments now, I'll give you some time of my own. Some of my own. I know that you're practically a saint, Eleandra. We all believe in the importance of your dismission. The hell? But it's not just the will of Pelura that keeps us here, it's also you. Your leadership inspires us, but sometimes holiness is not enough. Sometimes someone just has to get their hands dirty and do what needs to be done. Enough arguing. Eleandra's right. The cultists wish to atone for their crimes. We must support them on their path to redemption. We must not torture them. Fine, I'll go make sure the cultist friends get a feast and soft feather beds. Kateria turns sharply and walks away. Normally can happen. But it's fine, I can go back and see the hot new dentist because my regular guy's in the hospital. Discord among allies. Such a thing weighs on me heavily. Somebody help! It's cultist, the one who didn't want to give us his name. He started shaking, whispering something, and then his haze surrounded him. All the guards around him lost consciousness, and he got up and started walking towards the temple entrance, like he was leaving. We don't know what to do. We need to get there at once. Make haste. Lura, protect us. Let's go there quickly. Might have this is pretty nice too. She's the immigrant. She's an immigrant. I'm gonna get some water in a second. Waiting for a cutscene to happen. You conducted a summoning ritual. What have you done, fool? Whom did you summon? Forgive me, I'm sorry. Spare our companions, they didn't do anything. They believed we were looking for a shelter in Dresden. I deceived them too, and now I will die. I'll become a worm in the abyss. I deserve nothing more. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, maybe just a quick second. I just think that this guy just... It's like a Dormammu situation. He's just staring at me like, what's happening? Why can't I move? You recognize the monster that towers over the cultist's blood-soaked body. You've seen his beast before. It appears in a vision you had about the death of Lariel when you were in the caves beneath Canabras. The monster looks like the Skari, a hideous cross between human and locust. It sways on thin legs as its head turns to side, however it does not seem to be frightened or aggressive. On the contrary, it seems strangely calm, as if completely unaffected by its current surroundings. The sound of his voice...
In anticipation of your questions, I will provide you with some answers. Yes, you have fallen into my trap. Even you fell for it, hand of the upstart. It has been many years since I caught your angel in the caves beneath Canabras and allowed him to leave his flaming sword in the stone. He promised that sooner or later, someone would remove it, and I decided to believe him. I kept a watch on the sword. I have watched and waited all these years. Waited for the promise to come true. For the sword's new owner to bring me to you. To take me to the secret temple. You protected it well. In fact, the temple is still hidden from my sight. But I do not need to see the temple in order to destroy it. I simply need to know where it is.
Second. That's not what I was looking for. Oh, there we go. Nice. The deck of the Skari, I presume. Enough boasting, demon.
Knight Commander. That is how one ought to address you, yes. I've been watching you for a long time, and I already know how, when, and where I'm going to kill you. Mortal children like to tear the wings off of flies and butterflies, and I, in turn, like to have my fun with the inheritor's pets.
Silence, Echo! You fiend! Do you think I do not see your secret desire? Eredin overthrew you. He brought his hand down upon you and crushed you like a gnat. Since that day, you have nursed your resentment and jealousy, letting them fester within you. You are too much of a coward for honest combat. You prefer to ambush your prey, striking from the shadows. I will put an end to this. I will put an end to you. And you will take the secret of Pelura's fall with you to your grave.
There is so much you do not see, Herald.
Suddenly the echo stops short, his head twitches from side to side and falls forward onto his chest. His hands hang down limply like a doll, climbs into so as he stands there unmoving. The air grows thick and heavy, then the echo raises his head, turning it from side to side as if assessing his surroundings. As you look into his blank eyes, you realize that it's no longer the echo who stares back at you, but someone entirely different.
Let's see. The stench of the upper plains and the abyss. Colorful flashes. Magic that deflects the gaze and obscures the vision. It must be Pelura, the mistress of bright lights, who has tried to hide her temple in my domain. How could you let such a thing happen, Iomade, the imposter? Don't you feel sorry for your angelic allies? You should have just ordered them to serve their priest up on a platter to me. The end result would be the same.
Harold knocks on white as he grips the hilt of his sword, however the angel remains silent. Demon Lord, have you recovered from the defeats I dealt you in Canabras and Dresden?
Champion! Prepare yourself!
So my echo has found the temple of Pelura. I wouldn't call it an achievement, but it's not bad for a maggot molded from the souls and bodies of mortals. What else? Gold, light, a sweet smell. It all seems suspiciously like heaven. Well then, Iomade the imposter, whom have you sent? Could it be your herald? And your new pet from Canabras? Or have I already killed that one? I lose track of such things. There are so many of them fussing about with their halos and wings, babbling their long, arduous prayers to some self-proclaimed goddess. Will you ever get tired of sending your favorites to the slaughter?
Slaughterhouse?
Nothing
and
to
yellow.
say, imposter? One day I will knock on the doors of heaven and you will have to answer. So remain silent for now and observe. Today there will be no bloodshed. I will send the echo back to the abyss right now.
It feels strange to press the presence suddenly disappeared. The echo remains still frozen as if in a
You
trance.
will not take our secret to the abyss, you monster!
Your main flaw is predictability, pawns of heaven. I already know your next move, your methods, your plans of defense. I know how to catch you off guard, and it's as simple as catching a bird in a cage. I will return to the abyss as my lord has ordered, but I am not retreating in defeat. I am carrying off my prey. The screams of your stupid priestess will haunt your every waking moment, and thoughts of her will taunt you in the silence of the night. She will be my entertainment until you are within my grasp.
Oh no! Damn the demons and all their cunning guile. The echo escaped a prisoner, and I could do nothing to stop it. I was only able to protect you. The echo of the Skari doesn't want to face me in a firefight. We attacked my friends and allies. The echo of the Skari has taken Eliandra. She was a heart of Pelura's foe, and now that heart's been ripped out. Why is the echo pursuing you, Hand of the Inheritor? My lady Iomade inherited the throne of heaven from the great Aroden. The same way Aroden, who overthrew the Echo and stopped the Skari last attempts to break through to Golarion. This is why the Echo hates everything and everyone associated with Aroden's legacy. And of course that legacy includes Iomade. As her herald, I just happened to be first in line. The Skari himself spoke to us. I wouldn't say he spoke to us. The angel gesticulated angrily. He was addressing my celestial lady, Iomade. He must have thought she was watching us. This demon lord never wastes his time communicating with mortals, or even with celestials. He barely notices us, or at least he pretends not to. Why didn't the Echo fight? That is not easy to explain without delving more deeply into the nature of demons, and more specifically, the Echo of the Skari. Now that the Enter speaks slowly, as if he's reluctant to continue. Demons are created by the Abyss to have a single purpose. They're made to destroy, desecrate, and torture, but the Echo of the Skari is not a real demon. Its monstrous creator used his own power and the souls of his mortal followers to make the Echo into what he is today. He was not born in the Abyss, but on Golarion, and the Skari wanted to use him to open the way into the world. I have faced this monster before, and have defeated it in many battles, but his soul is infinitely vile and filled with pride. A pride that has been wounded. The Echo suffered a terrible defeat at the hands of Aroden, and was exiled to the Abyss, vanquished and disgraced. Then his pride took another blow when a simple human witch, Arella Warless, succeeded where he failed. She opened the way for demonic hordes to enter the mortal world. If you wish to understand the Echo, you must understand that he is wounded and angry, eager to have revenge for all his grievances and defeats. And that's why it's not enough for him to simply kill his enemies. Even when he can easily overpower them, He wants those who stand against him to suffer and crash in helpless rage, just as he did. That's why he chose not to fight, and why he did not bring a horde of demons with him, even though he has them at his command. No, he wants sadness and terror to poison our souls. He wants our hearts to be heavy with grief, and when we think about the ally he has stolen from us. The Echo wants our minds to be filled with the horrors and tortures of the Abyss, so that when we sleep, the screams of pain and prayers for help become nightmares that wake us from our slumber. Damn it, Angel, do you want me to howl with rage and sadness? Aliandara is in the hands of that monster, and I can't even rush to her rescue, because I now bear the sole responsibility for our entire community. Now that the demons know the temple exists, the temple's inhabitants must be brought to Dresden. Kater laughs grimly. I will speak with everyone, and if necessary, organize a retreat to safety. However, I can tell you that none of them will wish to flee. If I ask them to save themselves, then the answer will be no. We've given too much to this mission. We cannot abandon it now. We must finish it. For Pelura, for the memory of Sarkoris, and for the entire world. We will stay in this temple for as long as it takes to finish our work, even if we have to fend off the demons. Besides, even if the demons know the exact location of our temple, Pelura's patronage still shields our sanctuary from their eyes. We will stand our ground, I have faith. What can we do to save the Echo's victim? He went to the abyss, to the rasping rift, the dominion of his lord. Even if our hearts wish it, we cannot simply rush after him. Incursions into the abyss are 100 times more dangerous than anything you faced before, champion. So dangerous, I will not risk sending you there unless it was absolutely necessary. Angel sighs heavily. I will return to Dresden, and I will send a message to heaven. If I turn to the source of wisdom, perhaps I will find something that will help. We must not lose hope, no matter how dire things may seem. And I would ask you, mighty champion, to look for Targona, the Angel. She's the light that must shine among the ranks of the Crusades once more. One day we will finally give the Echo of the Scarry what he deserves. Then we'll save everyone he has ever threatened. But for now, it's time for us to return to Dresden, champion. Prepare for war. I'm gonna... to open this window up. But let's putting the sun out there. There we go. It's only like 13 degrees outside, but it's for some reason extremely warm in there, like it's summertime. Did you learn anything about what happened at Pelura's Fall, about the Echo of the Scar and his victim? Not yet, says the Angel, sadness clear in his voice. My heavenly mistress does not answer my call. She is clearly occupied by other matters and concerns, as I've learned nothing of use from my fellow angels. But they are seeking knowledge of the Echo and where he takes his victims. I still have hope that we can save his victim. However, this matter cannot be permitted to overshadow the importance of the Crusade, no matter how personal. It may be for you and me. Stopping the demons is our main goal. Tracking down the Echo and saving our ally, alas, is not. I like that the Echo can take different people, and instead of accounting for that in the writing, they just wrote victim. Like they couldn't be bothered to have like a check there to make sure that they can just say like, yeah, this character was taken. Oh, that character was taken. Holy Dagger +3, sure, I'll give that to Gabor. Gabor. There was some stuff I wanted to buy. I don't think I'll encounter any more vendors, so... Celestial protection. I think I already bought that. Yeah. You can get the Amulets of Mighty Fist +3. Oh, Scroll Scribe level 7. That's a good one. I am Ulbrigson. Oh, they're pretty expensive though. I can only buy one. This could be pretty good. Do 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 do. Scribe, maybe. Alright, let's see if there's anything that's happened in our absence. I don't know how long that travel time was, so I don't know how much time I spent there. Hello again. There. Er skal du? Er skal du?
I'm off!
I can't die. Oh, I closed the door. Oops, my bad. Well, up to you.
I'll take care of it.
Your character's gonna have medium heavy armor that makes attacks and can be exchanged with. Okay. I didn't actually know that. But do they take their armor off while they're resting? Okay, I don't think any time passed probably. Oh, no time passed.
I do what I must. I am never wrong.
For those gates, seems like the party we want to go with. Find the missing Crusaders, explore the Molten Scar, go to Green Gates. Coringo? Grimwood. Maybe it's Grimwood time actually. Maybe I should grab my dude and go to the Grimwood. I think I'll go down here first. We are all going to be poisoned no matter what we do with our lives. I'm going for these guys. They can do a gnarly channel, which I will try to wait from them doing.